Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this report. My name is Joe Mark A. Culesio. This is the continuation of our report, Team Green. Okay, so the previous reporter presents about the Piaget stages of cognitive development. We learned to her that the first stage of cognitive development was sensory motor stage. This was from the birth approximately to the age of 2. This is where the children learned how to look, suck, grasp, listen, and to learn more about the environment. We learned as well from our previous presenter that the number 2 stage was the pre-operational stage. This occurs between 2 to 6 years old, and this is where the language develops. So, this time I am going to discuss about the concrete operational stage. What do we mean by this? Okay, concrete operational stage. From the word itself, concrete, it means sa Tagalog, solid, matigas, matibay. Then let's find out the meaning of concrete operational stage according to our book. The book says concrete operational stage begins with age of 7 to 11. So basically, these are the students from grade 1 to grade 6, right? Okay, in this stage, children gain a better understanding of mental operation. They begin thinking logically about concrete events, but have difficulty understanding about the abstract or hypothetical concept. So, as the lesson goes by, I hope that we can learn more about what is concrete operational stage. It is very self-explanatory. Children can now reason logically about concrete events and classify objects into different sets. Alam na ng bata kung alin ang malaki, maliit, matigas, mababa, mahaba, or maiksi. Alam na rin kung ano yung maitim or maputi at iba pang mga basic comparison. I am going to show you a short video and let us notice the example of concrete operational stage.
I'm going to pour blue water into each of these cups, and you're going to have to tell me when they have the same amount. Okay? Okay. Tell me when this one is the same.
The same.
The same? Those two are the same now?
Yeah.
Okay. They're the same. Good.
The way that's the same, huh?
Good. Okay. Now watch this. We're going to take the blue water from this glass. And we're going to pour it into this glass. Now, does this glass have more water? Does this glass have more water, or are they the same?
Has more water.
This one has more water?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
Because that one's higher than that one.
That one's higher than that one. Right.
So, what we observe about the short video, as we noticed, the child was able to compare and to reason out concretely. He is able to present his ideas and events more flexibly and logically. Piaget determined that children in the concrete operational stage were fairly good at the use of inductive logic. Inductive logic involves going from a specific experience to a general principle. Halimbawa, kapag nakakasama or nahahawakan ng bata ang pusa at lagi siyang nahahatching, kumakati yung ilong, namumulang mata, sa gayon naiisip ng bata na meron siyang allergy doon sa pusa. So basically, ang cause ay ang effect noon ay every time na makikita ng bata yung pusa ay ilalayo niya ito sa kanya, itataboy niya ito. So I hope that you understand it. Let us proceed. Other key characteristics. So some important vocabulary that we should remember with regards to concrete operational stage. Number one, seriation. The child appreciates a relation among the different size of the objects. Number two, classification. Classification is simply grouping properties as it relates to other types. This is important concept of kids to comprehend, specifically to solve problems. An example of classification would be a child's ability to group specific object based on color, shape, size, amount, or similarities. So this is the stage where the child was able to, to compare to specific kung ano yung kulay, kung ano yung shape, at amount nung isang bagay, yung kanilang pagkakaiba. So, the next vocabulary that we should remember is the reversibility. One of the most important development in the stage is an understanding of reversibility or awareness that action can be reversed. An example of this is being able to reverse the order of relationship between mental categories. An example of reversibility is that a child might be able to recognize that his or her dog is a Labrador and a Labrador is a dog and that a dog is an animal. So the formal operational stage begins approximately from age 12 to adulthood. So meaning talagang nagbibinata na or nagdadalaga na hanggang sa pagtanda itong formal operational stage. During this time, people develop the ability to think abstract concept. So, yung mga skills such as deductive reasoning and systematic planning. In deductive reasoning, deductive logic requires the ability to use general principle to determine a particular outcome. Science and mathematics often require this type of thinking about hypothetical situations and concepts. So sa stage na ito, natututo ang mga bata na mag-solve ng mga problems, mag-isip ng mga idea, or kung ano ang magiging resulta kapag ginawa nila yung mga bagay na ito. So, this type of thinking is hypothetical situation. So, what is hypothetical situation? Ito yung mga situation kung saan nakakaisip sila ng mas malalalim na mga desisyon or solusyon sa isang bagay. Dito pumapasok yung mga abstract ideas like yung mga feelings o yung kanilang mga nararamdaman o kanilang mga saloobin mas nailalabas nila ng maayos. Okay, let us proceed. In formal operational stage, the ability to systematically solve a problem in logical and methodological way emerges. So, ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Sa stage na ito rin, ang mga bata ay they are able to quickly plan and organize approach to solve to a problem solving. So, mas mabilis silang nakakaisip ng mga solusyon sa isang problema. There are stages of formal operational stages. Number one, formal stage, which begins from age 11 to 14 years old. This is the stage where abstract thought, logical, metacognition, and hypothetical reasoning occur. So let us chop it one by one. Sa abstract thought, thinking that follows reality to be represented by symbols that can be manipulated mentally. Example, they're able to create things, solve simple problem, and analyze situation. Yun ang meaning ng early formal stage sa abstract thought. Sa pagdating naman sa logic thinking, thinking that is more orderly and more systematic. Halimbawa, kapag natalo ang bata sa isang laro, hindi na siya umiiyak, nakakatanggap na siya ng pagkatalo. naiintindihan niya na yung pagiging sports. So it means sa stage ng 11 to 14 years old, mas nagiging matanda na yung pag-iisip ng isang bata or ng isang tao. Sa metacognition, this is the stage being able to analyze one's own thought. So yung mga isip, yung mga naiisip niya ay mas na-analyze niya na kung ano ba yung kinalalabasan, kung ano ba yung magiging resulta. Next, sa hypothetical reasoning naman, it is forming conclusion based on hypothetical possibilities, can solve the problem or can formulate idea step by step. Okay, after early formal stage, we do have later formal operational stage. This was about 15 to 19 years old. This includes propositional logic, individual thinking patterns, and scientific reasoning. The ability to comprehend systems of symbols. So let us chop it one by one. Sa abstract thought, youths become capable of understanding religious symbolism. They have the ability not only in problem solving or problem making, but also in problem solving. When it comes to logic, higher levels of logic may be mastered, such as propositional logic. When it comes to metacognition, adolescents get better at analyzing their thought processes as they work through a problem. When it comes to hypothetical reasoning, they think like a scientist as they are able to establish plan for a solving problem. This is the end of my report. I hope that you learned a lot from it. Again, this is Jomar A. Colesio, and now let us proceed to the next reporter. Bye.